30 million Pi network pioneers stop mining. Currently Pi network is expected to have more than 40 million active pioneers. According to the official statement, the concept of an active pioneer is as long as the lightning has been lit 3 times. Since the Pi network has been online since March 2019 and has lasted for nearly 4 years, except for high consensus pioneers who light up lightning mining every day, it is estimated that 80% of pioneers, that is, at least 30 million pioneers, are in a zombie state. The online mining rate of Pi network is getting lower and lower, and many invited people have stopped mining Pi coins. This phenomenon should not be an isolated case. From the analysis of Google's big data, it can be clearly seen that Pi's search popularity on Google has declined. Although there were ups and downs in the middle, the popularity has also greatly decreased. Therefore, it reflects from the side that the mining online rate is not high, and it is definitely not an exception. It can be said that the phenomenon of low mining online rate is normal. There are subjective reasons and objective reasons. Subjectively, most miners estimate that the development speed of Pi should be much faster than it is now. But the actual situation is the opposite. Especially, it has been more than a year since the closed mainnet, and the large-scale KYC solution is still immature, which caused strong dissatisfaction from Pioneer. There are also many pioneers who cannot continue to persist, click on Lightning, fish for 3 days, and post on the internet for 2 days. Objectively, the problem of opaque advertising revenue of the project party and so on, I won't repeat it here. I just want to talk about my understanding of the current Pi situation. The miners' understanding of the Pi network is becoming more and more objective. In the early stage, there were indeed many pioneers who blindly touted and over-exaggerated the practical significance of Pi. But now this kind of exaggeration has begun to improve, and more people have begun to have their own understanding. Treat the Pi network as a social practice. While paying attention to the results, you must also pay attention to the process of development. This is also a heavy wealth. This wealth includes your attention, your time, the knowledge you have learned, etc. Pi does not need to be overly publicized, and the development step by step will definitely achieve the final success. When estimating and calculating the holdings of Pi coins, I would like to reiterate the characteristics of the Pi network model design. That is, the base coins and computing power coins invited by Pi friends through KYC can all be transferred to personal wallets, but locked positions. The coins will be gradually released according to the lockup mechanism, and the remaining coins can be used for free transactions and exchanges. The advantage of this design is that it not only balances the overall circulation and scarcity of Pi coins, but also solves the demand for Pi coins caused by the increase in the economic volume of the Pi network through the gradual release of computing power coins every year. The crunch served a nice balance, as the Pi network is getting closer to the main network. Apart from the entanglement of too many coins and the impact on ecological construction, the biggest question among Pi fans is where does the value of Pi coins come from? Except for the high consensus in Pi itself, Pi friends will spend money to collect coins. Who other than Pi friends would be willing to spend money to buy these Pi coins? To talk about the value of Pi, we have to talk about the value of the PineTorque network. If there is no value brought by the PineTorque network, Pi coins will be worthless and meaningless except for hype. First of all, to talk about the value of PineTorque, it is necessary to talk about the advantages of blockchain compared to traditional internet technology and the current development status. Because PineTorque is currently known as the blockchain public chain project. From the vision of the white paper and the current actual operation and planning, it is the closest to the best optimization method of the blockchain to improve and enhance the current disadvantages of the internet. Only when we understand the significance of the blockchain to the current internet and the world, can we truly understand the significance and value of PineTorque to reality. Blockchain technology is widely known by everyone, and the two most important features are decentralization and smart contracts. Decentralization, as the name suggests, means that it will not be managed centrally, avoiding cheating and fraud. The smart contract is more reflected in the handling of any matter, which is maintained by some specific programs designed to maintain operation, thereby avoiding human factors and making it fair. So what exactly is blockchain technology? What are the similarities and differences between it and traditional internet technology? In fact, blockchain technology and traditional internet technology belong to internet technology, and the only difference is that blockchain technology abandons the simpler, less difficult, and easier to manage centralized operation of traditional internet technology, and adopt the decentralized and distributed management method with higher initial cost, greater difficulty, and more difficult realization to replace the traditional internet operation and technology. In order to improve and optimize the current internet development through the advantages of this method, problems faced trust issues and limitations. Comparison of the advantages of blockchain and traditional internet. The blockchain is more fair than the monopoly of the traditional internet. If we transfer our own money to its coin purse through the PayPal platform, if the analysis of the platform reveals that our account is abnormal, the platform can seize our account and the assets in the coin purse without our consent. Time is not available. In the traditional internet, the management and managed roles are between individuals and application platforms. which is unfair and unequal. The decentralized management of the blockchain makes it more difficult for any individual or platform to have privileges. 2. The blockchain is more anonymous and confidential than the abuse and leakage of personal information on traditional internet platforms. At present, all our personal information will be exposed on the background data of the application platform, as long as the staff who manage these data are willing. He can sell it to various sales companies or criminals with ulterior motives at any time at a price of 1 yuan or even lower. This is the root cause of the current proliferation of personal privacy. 3. Compared with the traditional internet application platform, the blockchain exploits merchants and customers, and the distribution is more transparent, reasonable and efficient in the blockchain network. It is also spending money to place advertisements. How much money is required for the number of people to click through can be reflected on the chain through the form of smart contracts. Whoever clicks to watch the advertisement video will get the corresponding rewards. In addition to a small amount of service fees deducted by the contract, all the money spent by the merchant is rewarded to the users who participate in watching the advertising video. Realizing the optimization of benefit distribution, merchants, users, and node servers have achieved a win-win situation. 4. Compared with the traditional internet, the blockchain is limited by regional and national policies, and it can radiate personnel and business development more broadly and openly. The particularity of blockchain technology makes the international financial means have little impact on it. For example, Pinework has more than 40 million people in just 4 years, covering more than 230 countries around the world. Once Pinework goes online, the main internet point-to-point transfer transactions between accounts, then various commercial activities and financial circulation will instantly run through the world, which is a situation that traditional internet platforms and industries will never be able to achieve. Whether it is the value of the Pinework blockchain described above or the market value of Pinework, no matter which one will be the inevitable choice of the future market and era. Taking Pinework as an example, the optimization of the blockchain network and the development of replacing the traditional internet era have become an irreversible trend. Whether you like it or not, the torrent of the times has never been diverted by any individual will. Therefore, considering the characteristics and advantages of Pinework, as well as the vision in the Pi white paper and the current development stage and the future plan mentioned by Lau and I, the estimated target buyers of Pi in the future are concentrated as follows. In third-party application platform developers, the demand for Pi coins comes from the online Pinework pledge Pi coins, and the annual need to pay service fees to the Pinework application store and maintain user activity. The charging standard can refer to the Apple mobile app store model. 2. Advertising merchants. 3. Common people in countries with unstable international political situation, currency depreciation, and material scarcity. Example, due to the depreciation of the currency due to political instability in Venezuela, ordinary people collect bitcoins to resist inflation. Compared with Bitcoin's value-preserving features, Pinework's upcoming diversified applications and personnel participation in more than 230 countries are better. Bring rich online barter services to the people of these countries. Bring them more supplies. 4. Favored by major investment banks around the world. Example, Grayscale has recently continued to increase its positions in mainstream currencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. When PiCoin was launched on the main network, its various data showed that it was more investment and realistic than Bitcoin and Ethereum. Value. All discerning people will not refuse, and the vision of the investment community is even more so. So it is only a matter of time before they invest and collect Pi coins. Why? Foresight. Retail investors. Lius. Investors who follow suit and buy. These people are all retail investors who followed up after the PiCoin mainnet reached its peak of development. Maybe Pi has a long way to go in the future, but the road explored step by step is the shortest way to success for Pi. Even though there are 30 million zombie pioneers now, Dr. Nicholas is confident that they will come to the open mainnet sooner or later. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like. Your support is the driving force for my updates.